Hi Dwight, welcome in.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, like always.
Okay, then what brought you in today?
Well, I was talking with my wife, and I thought it would be like a good idea to see you come to therapy because I have, had some issues at work, especially with my coworkers, like dealing with them. So I'm not really sure if I'm like taking the right steps in my decisions. Um, I was expecting some kind of guidance regarding that.
Okay, okay. You said that you've been having some issues at work with your coworkers. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, I guess it's mostly just me and my coworker called Jim.
Mm-hmm.
We just have like kind of a rocky relationship, I guess. And since the beginning, we used to like, I guess, play kind of pranks on each other,
Mm-hmm.
um, mess with each other a bit,
Mm-hmm.
but and they kind of get used to it. Um, but I feel like it's impacting
Mm-hmm.
my work ethic, and my ability to like work,
Mm-hmm.
my productivity in general. So it's kind of rough. So I'm like here to like see what's going on.
Mm-hmm. And you said you play pranks with each other. Is it a mutual thing, or is he playing pranks on you and you're just taking it?
I guess I would consider him like being the one that starts them, but I
Okay.
just like answered him in my own way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you said this is affecting your work. Can you elaborate on how that's affecting your work?
Well, for example, I have to make phone calls and other stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
talk to clients, and it's very annoying when he like disturbs me, and then I have to pay him back because otherwise I don't want to look like inferior or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I have to like if he smashes my computer, I have to smash his kind of way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you said this you don't want it. You do this back because you don't want to look inferior. Is that correct?
Obviously, no one can be inferior to Jim.
Okay, okay. And that mindset, is that coming from other people in the office?
Um, what do you exactly mean?
So you said that nobody can be inferior to
Uh-huh.
Jim. Do other people in the office have that same feeling?
I have no idea. I don't really care about other people in the office and
Okay.
what they think.
Okay. So do you not have a relationship with other people in the office?
I mean, we all do have relationship
Mm-hmm.
with each other just because we're there.
Mm-hmm.
But like I guess you could say I don't really care about what they do with their lives and what they feel as long as they get the work done.
Okay. So you, as a person, have no interest in developing relationships with anyone else in the office?
I mean, I guess you could put it like that. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. And
There's no point.
there's no point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you just not like them as people, or you just really want to focus on your work?
Yeah, I guess I just want to focus on my work and I don't
Mm-hmm.
really care about what others do and what others think.
Okay.
Why should I?
Okay. And your wife, where did you meet her?
I met her actually at work.
Okay. So you are developing relationships
You
in
could
work.
say so. That's actually correct.
Okay. Okay. So let's try to figure out where this mindset is coming from that you don't really care about what other people think in the office. How was your friendships like when you were growing up?
My friendships, I guess I was mostly like a solitary child.
Mm-hmm.
I spent time with my family in the
Mm-hmm.
farm, with my cousin, just like doing all the farm work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's nothing special, just how I grew up, and that's what I'm used to.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is you grew up on a farm, really had a good relationship with your family because you were always together and working. Is that correct?
I guess you could say so, yes.
Okay, and you said you lived on a farm, so was it more isolated than other houses in the neighborhood?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, compared to other people, I guess, or compared to the city, it's more isolated. I had more time to like think about myself and explore myself. I guess you could say so.
Okay. And what about school life? Did you have friends at school?
Um, I had a few couple friends, not many. Um, but those who I had, I guess they were special enough to be my friend.
Okay, and you just said special enough. Can you elaborate on that? What do they have to possess to be special enough to be your friend?
I don't know. I guess at that age, I just felt like I needed someone that was comfortable with me. Someone like talk, and someone who was like not a complete idiot. I guess that's a very important feature that you should have to be
Okay.
my friend.
Can you define complete idiot?
Jim from my office.
Okay. And what does Jim do to make him seem like an idiot to you?
I guess just all the dumb things he does, like all the childish prank he pulls. For example, covering my desk and like foil wrap, or just like messing around with my phone, putting jelly in my drawers and stuff like that. It's just complete idiot, and he's not very like productive. He should be just working instead of doing that.
Okay.
And he annoys me a lot.
Okay. And do you think this attitude towards Jim and all the stuff he does has maybe hindered you from starting relationships with anyone else in the office?
I guess. I mean, there's some times where Jim just gets other people in the office to like play pranks on me along with him. That's just kind of mean, I guess. So I guess that does really like kind of hinder my relationship with others. It's not like I care very much, but in hindsight, it kind of does.
And have you approached your boss about these pranks? Is he aware of everything that goes on in the office?
Well, Michael is a guy that doesn't really. It's not very straightforward, or is maybe too straightforward at the same time. He's a very unique person. I guess I have talked to him about my issues, and he shut us down actually, and it ended up backfiring because someone like Jim got Michael on his side, and they were like eventually messing with me.
Okay. Do you feel like that happens a lot? Do you feel that sometimes your boss and other people in the office might plot against you in ways?
Yeah, actually, maybe. I have no idea why. I just call them out on what they're doing wrong, and I guess I just feel need to like some inferior people need to like rebel against the superior.
Okay. And where do you see yourself going in this company?
As high as I can be. I'm currently the associate to the regional manager, assistant to the regional manager, and I hope to one day be the regional manager.
Okay. And do you think that these pranks and being plotted against by your boss and all of these events that are occurring in your life are maybe preventing you from getting there?
I haven't thought about it like that. I've always thought of myself as someone who strives to be the better person I can be, without paying much attention to others, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know if it does. I don't think it does. Maybe it does. Maybe I should like look into it.
Well, what environment do you feel like you work the best in?
I guess motivating and quiet environments, probably. Yeah, when there's like some kind of prize to aim for, some reward. I guess I kind of I do really well. I'm a very competitive person. Yeah, I think that's why I'm a salesperson, I guess, because I like to be very competitive to achieve my goals.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is you strive the best in a quiet environment where you can really flourish and achieve your goals. Do the pranks and your boss and everything really contribute to that environment for you?
I guess maybe not as much, but I think I like to see it sometimes as a challenge. Like if I have to deal with this, and if I can deal with these people, I can eventually climb higher. So yeah, I mean, it's just like trying to give circus monkeys instructions.
Okay.
If you eventually get them to work, it might be quite nice.
Okay. So when you say circus monkeys, are you referring to your coworkers as
Exactly.
circus monkeys? Okay. So do you consider yourself in a higher power than other people that you work in?
Of course.
Of course. And why do you consider yourself higher than them?
Because I am.
You are. Can you elaborate on that?
I guess when you just notice whatever they do and whatever I do, you can tell I am better than them in just everything. Like I get faster and more efficient. Um, I can deal with like all the issues. I overlook more things, I guess. Um, just in general, just better.
Okay. So you think you have more skills and just are better at what you do and more mature, would you say, than
I would
other
say
people?
so, yeah, definitely.
Okay, and that really, you think, shows how you should be at the top rather than anyone else?
Of course.
Okay. And for them, still kind of working at the same level as you, does that frustrate you?
It kind of does, I guess. There's some frustration. I wish I could, be promoted. Before this, it just kind of frustrating to see why I'm not moving up. I guess this is one of the goals I'd like to talk about. I just don't understand why I'm so stuck at this level when I am clearly so much better.
Have you approached your boss and higher up in the company about your desires for promotion?
No, I haven't. I guess I just talked to Michael about it. No, I haven't talked to any higher ups.
So, have you not talked to them because you think they should just be aware of your skills and should just promote you when they think you're ready for it?
Right, exactly. So, just let your work show what you do and show your abilities.
And do you think maybe when you're doing your best work and then a prank or a coworker messes with you, do you think it may hinder showing them your skills in a way?
I mean, I don't know how much attention they pay to like the work environment and the pranks that come around, but I guess in a way it might affect it. I mean, sometimes I just get pulled into some complicated stunts from other people, some pranks that they do, and yeah, I guess that does impact my ability to like perform properly and like show off my skills in a way.
Okay. And you just said back there that you don't think your boss really pays attention a lot to the work environment and the pranks that are going on. So how do you expect him to really pay attention to the work you're doing if he's not paying attention to the work environment?
I have no idea, I guess. Maybe Michael does pay attention. I always assume if you're the boss, you should be able to pay attention. But I don't know. I never thought about that too much.
Okay. Well, it seems like you have a lot of assumptions for how some people should act, and you think that you are a lot more mature and skilled than others, which could be correct. But maybe we should stop thinking about what others should be doing and maybe what they are doing. Has approaching your boss about the promotion come up at all, or are you very adamant about just like taking it if it happens?
I try to talk to Michael about my promotion a lot. I show him like what I can do. I prepare all the everything that needs to be done. I do extra work sometimes. For example, I try to like make budgets and like if there's something that needs to be done that no one can do or no one has to do, I'll just take it just to show everyone that what I'm capable of and get everyone's the best work I can give them. I guess in a way it's just me trying to show off, but I also am trying to actively like look for the promotion. But I don't know. Like I hope it comes one day.
Okay. And how has Michael reacted to your work?
I guess he sometimes like criticizes me for like
Okay.
the work ethic, or not really the work ethic, but the work environment. It's some stuff that goes in there. And Michael's a very unique individual as well. For example, like he doesn't really ever leave people on the same standards that everyone else does. He has his own standards, and I always look up to him and try to see what he does and try to copy what he does. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's just how Michael is. Yes.
Okay. And how does that make you feel?
Um, I don't know. I guess in a way, it's kind of curiosity towards how he is,
Okay.
towards what I can do. We have frustration as well because I don't really know what I have to do, and sometimes I think I'm doing the right thing, and then he expects totally the opposite. So it's kind of odd in that way. But I don't think this company would function without me. So in a way, they do need me.
So when you earlier in the session referred to people as circus monkeys, do you think your boss falls under that, or are you looking at him as someone to learn from?
I think he's not a circus monkey. He's
Okay.
kind of a director or an associate director of the
Okay.
monkeys. He tries to get everything to work, and sometimes they do, and it really depends on how well they perform and what traits you give them, right? I guess he's someone I kind of want to be like. I guess you could say maybe look up to him, but kind of.
Okay. So, do you want to be someone that your coworkers will look up to one day?
I don't really care about my coworkers and what they think, but if they have to see me in the light, I guess they should see me how I truly am. Obviously, they should look up to me.
Okay.
I'm really intrigued, and I guess they already do, but they don't really want to admit that.
Okay. And what does the word teamwork mean to you?
The word teamwork. I guess what it would mean for anyone else is like a group of people collaborating together to create a single type of work.
And do you feel that your company is really displaying that teamwork in your office environment?
No.
Okay. And,
obviously not.
Okay.
I mean, it's mainly because there's a project. There's so many like misunderstandings, and something always happens. Teamwork is just more about someone has to get something done, and if we don't get it done, we're screwed. So it's not really a collective teamwork, more like someone has to rush it on an individual level.
And do you think that really affects the productivity of the office?
I definitely do, 100%. That's why you need to like get everyone else and everyone's below you to like work together so they can actually be useful.
But you have expressed no interest in developing relationships with the people in the office. Is that correct?
Yeah, of course. I am at most I will be their leader, but if they don't accept me as their leader, then there's no point in me developing a relationship because clearly we're not equals.
Okay, then how do you expect to develop this teamwork vibe if you were their leader?
Obviously, like by telling them exactly what they have to do, and like I would create, for example, a rubric and tell them that they have to follow my instructions as I say them, exactly as I say them. And if they don't follow it, they will just be fired.
Okay. Well, how do you think your skills and these plans that you have now could help you develop that team setting before you were to get a promotion, like where you are now in the office?
So how do I need to develop my skills? Is that
or how would your current skills
Uh-huh.
and everything you just told me with that plan and everything, how would that help develop that teamwork relationship with everyone in the office now while you're working not as their superior?
I don't know. I always just thought about myself as an individual worker. I get my stuff done by myself, and if I need to like do something with everyone else, I just give them instructions. I guess that's one thing that I can be proud of, just being able to like lead other people and like, just point them ways to. I'm not really a follower. I'm more like a leader. So if we have a teamwork and someone else wants to be lead the group, I was opposed to it. in a way. But yeah, I guess I don't really know how I would develop, equal like a equal relationship with my coworkers. I just don't see it happening in the near future.
Okay. And then what are you expecting to get out of therapy?
Um, Out of therapy, I'm expecting to like understand and have more insight on my problems.
Okay.
Why can't I? Why my relationship so weird? I guess why people should follow me don't follow me. I don't really understand them. Um, I don't really understand a lot of people too well well enough. So that's why I'm here. Like I'm trying to understand and fear people.
Okay. Okay. So, I think we got through a lot today. And I definitely think that it'll be beneficial to see me again once a week or once every 2 weeks to really develop this. I think it's very important that we kind of go deeper down into ourselves and figure out our qualities and what we bring to the table before we can really focus on relationships with other people. Does that sound good?
That sounds great. Thank you very much for the
Awesome.
session.
It's great to meet you.